So let's see here. So the live feed should be up right now, I guess. And I guess that microphone is really, really loud right now. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. All right. Let's see if I can just get the feed up here so I can so I can monitor the chat room as well. How do I do that? I really don't know. So if I just go to my own channel and so I guess I still don't really understand how this works, but I want to get the live feed up on my screen so I can monitor the chat room and live streaming. I'm sorry about this, but I really don't know exactly how stuff works. Control room. Okay, yeah, right there. Now I can see the live stream and I can see 35 people are watching me right now. So thanks a lot for that amount of support right there. Let's just fix these things. And the audio feedbacks. Okay. So let's say hello and hi to everyone. NYC in the building, I can see that. Hi guys, Vibe Cafe. All right. Let's focus on the stuff that's important. And that should be the machinery right here. The OP1 and Native Instruments machine, of course. Nothing else. Can you guys hear me at all? Is the audio okay? Pretty good sound. Audio perfect. Sounds nice, man. Yeah. Thanks a lot. So, for those of you who actually follows or subscribes to my YouTube channel, I want to tell you this. This live feed is just live stream. I haven't planned anything special. I don't really know what to do, but I'm gonna try to make some music on the open one, and I'm also gonna try to answer some questions if you guys have any, or something like that. I guess that's not. No, that's not going into the mic. It was supposed to do so. It was supposed to go in there, but I guess I have to. Yes, I am Swedish. I'm from Sweden. So to answer that question, Lauritz Andersson, Lauritz Andersson, maybe. But yeah, I'm Swedish. So we have 4 to 5 viewers right now, and I actually saw another beatmaking channel go live at the exact same moment as I did. So that's a nice thing. The scratch sounds fine. Oh, you can hear the record player. Oh my god. Of course you can. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But in that case, I'm supposed to be able to sample from the turntable right into the OP1. So that's nice. Um, so 43 people watching. So just yeah, just shoot out some questions right now. I'm coming back in like 1 minute to answer some of them. It's freezing in here. It's like 18 degrees Celsius outside, minus. So uh, just go along and put some questions in the chat room, and I'm going to try to answer them for a quick while, and then I'm going to try to make some beats. Yeah. Yes, yes. Let's just hang out here for a couple of minutes. Uh, let's see here. Do you think there is such thing as bad music? I don't know. I like creativity in all forms, and I like music a lot, but there are music that I don't like. So, but bad music, I don't think so. Badly made music, yeah. Do you recommend your monitors? No, I don't. These are M1 Active 520 from Alesis. I really don't recommend them. So try to get another pair of monitors, like Yamaha ones. Are you ever afraid you Are you ever afraid your mind will run out of ideas to make music? No, I'm not. I think I'm always able to make music some way. Do you like metal? Okay. Oh, there was a bunch of questions further down. Do I like metal? No, I don't like metal. Rock music and everything that's guitar based, I guess, I really don't enjoy. I really don't like guitars and distorted guitar sounds. That's the worst kind. Do you prefer hardware or software? I think I prefer the combination I have right now with the machine and the MacBook. Uh, I live in Sweden, so 18 minus Celsius right here in Sweden. Snow, yeah, it's snow outside. Uh, oh, there were a bunch of questions. Let's see here. I have a machine and a record player. Phone USB. The best way to sample is it to record using the USB from the record player or by phono? Uh, I actually think it's better to go with the phono connection right there because the USB is USB and you can't control that the way you could control a phono signal. Your video editor involved a lot of motion typography, which is very creative. I was wondering what software do you use? After Effects. I really like the edit. No, really nice works on the edit, man. Thanks a lot for acknowledging my video editing skills or the time I take to do it. All my motion typography things are made on an iPad and imported straight into uh, Final Cut Pro, which I use to edit the videos. So all the animations and stuff goes on into the iPad, and then I export it and put it into Final Cut. Boom Bap Art, one of my Swedish friends, asks, how many records do you buy monthly? And that actually depends a lot. On the summers, I tend to buy a lot of records because we go to a lot of flea markets, me and my girl, and secondhand shops and stuff like that. So I buy a lot of records then. But on the winter time, I almost don't buy any records at all. Gritty hip hop or clean hip hop? I think I really like the new school, kind of old school way of looking at things and making music. So boom bap, yeah, but not boom bap like Pete Rock did. Maybe more boom bap like Premier used to do, Dilated Peoples, stuff like that. So clean, but still dirty, but not gritty. I don't think so. I don't like sounds to be too fucked up. Opinion on the Gorillas? Do they still put out music? I don't know. How do you go about starting a new song? Do you just base it on a beat that has been lingering in your head, or and just add to it, or what? I guess. Um, I don't know. I just get to work. I always start listening to a sample and try to find some chops and stuff like that. Then I just record drums and put some chops on top of it, and that's where the track starts to live. But start looking at the sample and then recording drums. So my beats they come as I work. I don't get inspired by stuff just sitting around and then suddenly just have an idea and I can make a track. That's not how I work at all. So we have 47 people watching right now. So almost 50 people. Thanks a lot. We're soon gonna make some music right here. I'm promising that, but I'm not promising any quality, I guess. Are you working on an album? Yes, I am. As I promised on my channel, like on my last video, I'm gonna release an album this year on vinyl or on cassette tape, purely instrumental, and perhaps it's gonna be financed by people on Patreon. And I want it to be a vinyl. If it can't, it has to be on cassette, and I really love cassette tapes, so that's fine. But yes, I'm working on an album. Yeah, this is a great question I get sometimes. Any tips for bass lines for people who have never played any? How did you learn? I get a lot of questions on that actually. How do I make my bass lines go along with the sample chops and the beat I'm making? And actually, I think that's kind of hard. I've struggled with it for a lot of years, and I, I'm not sure that I'm doing it right yet, but I'm doing what I'm doing and it's working for me. So I guess that's fine in some way. Um, Normally, I just take the root note of the. I try to find the root note of the track I'm working on by just playing on the Open One or any other keyboard or iPad or whatever. And when I can find the first note and the root note and the whole loop, I normally just can go two semitones or three semitones up, and then I can figure out what key to play it in. And my bass lines tend to be pretty simple and pretty easy to play, I guess. So I just start from the root note and go up some semitones or down some semitones in different scales. And when I figure out the scale that I have just by looking at a chart, you could look at a chart online to just find different scales in different root notes, and just listen. Just use your ears and listen and see what fits and what doesn't fit, and just start recording stuff. Uh, what do you think about vaporwave? I really don't know what vaporwave is. Maybe you could tell me. Maybe I could just look it up online or talk to it about it in another video. Vaporwave. I never heard about it. Is there a cheaper alternative to the Open One? Yeah, that depends on what you're looking for, because the Open One is a lot of things. The Open One is a sampler, a synthesizer, a sequencer, a bunch of sequencers, a tape recorder, and a radio. You can't find all of that in a cheaper form, as far as as far as I know. But if you're just looking for an alternative to sample stuff like you do on the OP1, I have to say the Roland SP404 SX. That has almost the same sampling possibilities as the OP1. The thing I don't like about the SP404 is that you can't pitch samples up and down as easy as you can on the OP1. You I guess you can't pitch samples up or down at all on the SP404. So that's why I sold mine, because I need to be able to pitch. If you listen to any of my beats, I pitch a lot of samples up, sometimes down, but I almost I almost need to be able to pitch sounds to make it sound like me. Accurate, one of the realest beat makers on YouTube. Yeah, I like that comment. Thanks. Um, what sequencer do you use? Uh, I don't have any MIDI sequencer like that. I just use the tape recorder right here on the Open One, and of course I use Machine a lot. And if I need to use a DAW, I'm working on Logic Pro X on the MacBook. Sequencers, I don't have any sequencers, any hardware sequencers like that, because I don't like it. A lot of sequencers has to be quantized in some way, shape, or form, and that's not my style at all. Well, Machine or Machine Studio, yeah. For me, I'm using a Machine Mark II. It's right here. This is my Machine Mark II. Sorry about that. I really like my Machine Mark II. I have played around quite a bit with the Machine Studio, and I don't like the form factor of it. I don't like the big knob over here, and I don't like how big it is. And I really hate that it needs separate, um, what is it called in English? Separate power, a separate power cable to be able to function at all. Machine Mark II is just driven by USB power, and I can just bring my machine, a set of headphones, and my computer, and I'm up and running. So that's a big thing for me. What about the Organelle by Critter and Guitari? It says here. I don't know. Guitar. I don't know much about it. I have a friend who uses it a lot, and it seems cool, but I'm really not familiar. I haven't touched on it myself, so I don't know what I think about it. I love the looks of it. I think it looks fantastic. Have I ever been in NY? No, I haven't been in New York. I'm sorry. Um, do you combine Wave plugins with your machine, or use all stock plugins? Yeah, that's a nice question. I haven't talked much about plugins at all, I guess. Um, when I'm making beats and in the creative progress, I only use the stock plugins inside a machine, like the reverb and the delay and stuff like that. That's all internal effects on machine, because that's easier and that's quicker for me, and I like my workflow to be really fast and seamless when I'm doing the creative progress process. But when I'm onto the mastering process, I use a software from Isotope, actually, Isotope Alloy 2, just to master stuff up and use the limiter on that one. Because native instruments, whoops, yeah, that's because machine doesn't come with a limiter like that. It doesn't come with a great or even a good mastering mastering limiter. So compared to what you get with the Isotope Alloy, this doesn't have it. So that's what I use, I guess. The Korg Volcos. I've talked a lot about the Korg Volcos, I guess. I have the Korg Volca FM right here. I like that one a lot. I used to have the Volca sample, and before that, I had the Volca keys. So the sequencer is the best one on the. Sorry, I switched that sentence up. Um, the Volca keys has the best sequencer for me because it doesn't has to be quantized. But as far as sound goes, I like the Volca FM a lot. I can tell by your accent you're from Sweden. Yeah, I know. What city in Sweden? I'm from Borås. Boros. Borås. A small city, around 100 people, 100,000 people, I think. About an hour from Gothenburg. So that's where I live. If that matters. Um, so I'm actually talking more than I can read on the comments. So let's see if we can find something else. We have 43 viewers right now, so thanks a lot. What have you learned throughout your years of music production that you believe everyone should know? Yeah, I'm from Sweden. I'm from Borås, so big up. What I have learned over my years of music production that I believe everyone should know. I think that everyone should know. I don't know. Just just try to make your workflow quick and intuitive for you. When I decided to buy a machine and stop working that much with the mouse and the keyboard on the computer, a lot of stuff happened for me creatively. Right now, I can just use the machine or the open one and not care about the mixing things or how to make the compressor sound exactly the way I want because I don't look at it. I don't have it on the computer and I'm not seeing all the sound waves and all the stuff that I can analyze. I can just focus on the music, and I think that's a thing for everyone that's into digital music production. Start listening to stuff. Stop watching screens. Stop analyzing stuff when you do it. Analyze afterwards and analyze your music when you're mixing it. But when you're making music, make music. You don't you don't have any big guitar players or piano players for that matter that looks at music and thinks that's the most important thing. Use your ears, your creativity, and stop think that much about what you're doing. Um, I think that's actually a great thing to say to beginners and stuff. Also, yeah, buy gear, buy your stuff, buy your synth and things, but don't focus on the things that's just technical specs. Focus on the sounds and what you can make out of it. Mixing, what's that? Yeah. Oh, my okay. My internet connection on the cell phone I'm streaming this from is about to run out. I just got a text from my operator. So that's that. Let's start making some music instead. Um, just joined. Apologize if you answered this already, but are you Jacopo? We're actually dropping. This is a question about our podcast, and the podcast is gonna drop once every other week. I think we decided. So just follow that channel, and you're gonna be in a couple of days or so. You're gonna know when the next date is. So that's that. Whatever. We have the open one right here. I'm not gonna care about machine today. We're just gonna make something real quick on here because I like the pressure of you guys actually watching me for real, in real time, and the pressure that brings for me to actually make something. So uh, let's go to this one, and I don't want to use the metronome. Okay. So. Okay, let's just grab another record. Let's get this one out of there. Just grab a random one down here. Gladys Knights? I don't think so. Let's do this one. Neil Diamond, no. Just said I didn't like rock music. So, do you guys think I can make a sample beat in a couple of minutes on the OP1 when I'm live streaming? You guys think I can do that? Bah. A record. Let's go down to the soul section just to make it easy for me. Because I'm doing it live in front of a YouTube audience. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Yeah. So, I don't know. Imagination, body talk includes just an illusion. So that's a hit record. Doesn't that look fantastic? Isn't that just great? One, two, three, track 3. So that's just a bunch of chords. I guess I can sample that. So the output from here goes right here. So let's line it into the OP1. Right now you're supposed to hear me again. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, the audio messed up for a minute there. But the sample is in here right now. I'm just grabbing the main chords. I don't have time to think about all these small things. I'm just gonna sample So should I go up or down in pitch? Hello, Bosse. Hey, Bo. So a quick answer, should I pitch the sample up or down? Oh my God, a lot of answers. Down, up, down, 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 down. A lot of people says down. Okay, damn. I wanted to pitch this up, but if I'm asking you a question, I guess I have to consider listening to you. So 5 semitones down. But if you're telling me to make a trap song and trap beat, I'm not doing it. A little bit down. No, if I'm pitching a lot. Oh, I knew that one. As I said, let's start with the drums and the sequencer. Let's crank up the mixer to full. So I need to use presets on the drums for this because I don't want to sample any drums from the vinyl right now. Oh, that's rock and roll. I need a whole. It was better before. Out of my comfort zone. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just. Let's just try to make some drums. Whoop. That's a quick one, but yeah. Yeah, that one. This one can be looped. You hearing that? But this is why I don't pitch things down. I think this just sounds like a noise. Compared to something like this. It's a lot clearer and a lot more punchy if you just pitch it up. But let's stick with down because you guys said so. But I'm gonna pitch it down 3 semitones instead of 5. 5 semitones is a lot, so 3 semitones down. That's about it. Some effect on there. Oh, let's go with something like the nitro. Just take out some bass. So let's try to sequence it on track 1. Whoa. Once again. One more try. So let's try to do something. Oh, I don't know if that's the right key, but I'm going to try to shoehorn something. I'm not sure about this, but I think I've already done this for 45 minutes, so let's make it count. Okay. The mic is a bit too loud. So I need to turn off the microphone in order to not get all these sounds from the physical keys into the sequencer. So let's just turn that off for a minute or so. Now I just have the drums again, so let's go back to that state of the thing. I don't know how good this is, but I think it's music, so Let's just take those drums out of there. I don't like the sound of them, so let's do one more thing. Oh, like that, and oh, the hi-hat is way too loud. That's the thing that's bothering me. So that kick, that snare. One more time with the drums. Something like that. I'm sorry it took way too long to make that happen, but that's a loop, I guess. What about some scratch on that? What about some scratch on top of that thing? Of course I was right. Oh, Matthias Färm, hello, hey. So yeah, I think I should have pitched the sample up. It's way too muddy and way too distorted and stuff for me. Please, can you scratch? Yeah. I guess I'm gonna put some cuts on top of it. I just need to find some scratch records. Sometimes I just lay stuff around the studio. So that's the sample right there. Let's put that one over there. This is the old school scratch record that I don't want to use. So I'm really sorry. I really don't know where my scratch records are right now. This could be one. Yeah, let's do this. So, are you guys up for some scratch things? No, I didn't do bassline. That's right. I need a bassline in there. Thanks a lot, Pierre. That's a bit too loud, right? Let's just record something. Oh, that's a lot of G's. But I think everyone loves G's, right?
Blow your brain out. Blow your brain out. Blow your brain out.
Play this all day, every day, every day. That's all day, every day. All day, every day. Every day.
Pay attention.
Pause, whatever y'all want to say for 2 minutes, man. Pause. Pause with a pause, whatever y'all want to say for 2 minutes, man.
Peace to Jam Master J.
Freeze up.
Around here we hold things.
But you see, I did it for years and years.
See our shit blow.
Shit, I'm back.
See, the object of the game is to win. See you later. See ya. Ain't to do.
Now I'm in the back getting from my huns.
Now listen. Now listen. Now listen. Now listen. Now listen.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Now why you wanna go and do that, love, huh?
Now when you looking at me, you looking at the face of the next generation.
Now they said we couldn't do it, but it's done. It's done.
To the next generation.
They said we couldn't do it, but it's done. 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 Done.
Now we burn. Now we burn. Now.
Said we couldn't do it.
Now we burn. Now we burn. Now we burn. Now we burn.
Now moving on to the next phase. Now you know who holding the throne, so give me the crown. So give me the crown. The crown. Give me the crown. So give me the crown. Now you know who holding the throne. So give me the crown.
Yep. Hey, let's check the volume again. Hi. Blam. I don't know about that. Which scratch record? Yeah, that was the M to C scratch library. I've made a video on it a couple of weeks ago, I guess, a couple of days ago. You can find that on the YouTube channel I run, where I describe some of the records and how I use them. But I hate how this ended up. So let's see if we can make another sequence on the same sample and some of the same sounds. Let's just fix the camera right there. So somewhere soon, the data on my iPhone that I use to do this thing, that's gonna die soon. So let's just do this thing until my data thing runs out. My data plan, I think it's called. Let's go back to this. No, let's just start a new sequence. And I'm gonna do what I wanted to do from the beginning. If you guys haven't told me to just pitch things down, the chops are pretty much the chops are exactly the same, but I'm gonna pitch it up instead of down and see if I can sequence a new thing that I like more. Because my beats are pretty much made for my enjoyment. Oh, that's weird. Let's have the metronome for this one. Let's try to. Oh, that's a mistake. No, let's just scratch that. So let's go in again. That's bad. Once again, without the metronome. That sucks, but I'm not gonna care about that. Just gonna keep doing it. What languages do you origin? That's Swedish. That means you're doing it awesome. No, my Wi-Fi sucks. I have a really bad Wi-Fi connection at home, so I have to use my iPhone to share my internet connection with my computer and do it that way. So that's the way I live my life. So I'm not saying this is great, but
On the throne, so give me the crown.
Now you know he did. Now you know he did.
So give me the crown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No music. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No music. No music.
You know what I'm saying?
No music.
whatever. I guess. Oh, let's just crank that one up and let's do it like that again. So I guess I'll have to sign off right now because this didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, and none of these tracks. But that's better. I like the first one a lot better right now. So I guess you guys are right. Sometimes I should lower the pitch on the samples. But take it for what it is. This is a live stream, so sometimes the beats come out banging, sometimes it doesn't, and yeah, that's just the way it is. Do you know when the stream ends? No, I don't know. It's gonna end anytime now, I guess. I'm just having a look through the. Okay, and now I got a text from my girl that says take my phone to do the stream, because she has the same data plan as I do, but she has more data left, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna do that because this live stream feels like it's over now. I've been doing this for pretty much exactly an hour now, I think. Let's just go through the chat room real quick and see if there's anything I want to address real quick. Better with the scratches, yeah. Everything is better with scratch. Awesome live stream, yeah. Thanks a lot for that. So thanks for your time. Yeah, thank you for watching this. I know I'm not promising much with this live stream, but sometimes it's just nice to be around you guys and hear what you have to say and maybe make a little bit of music live. So yeah, thanks a lot. But I think I'm gonna stick around for maybe 5 more minutes if anyone has a question or something like that. If I'm making beats for rappers, no, I don't. I think that's one of my problems right now. I really want to focus on my instrumental beats and my own release I'm gonna put out in 2017. I want it to be instrumental. If I'm working with rappers, I have a couple of people around me that I want to work with. But of course, if I get if I get an offer I can't refuse, of course I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna work with a rapper that if I like the rapper and if I like the artist, I like the song and I like how it feels, sure, I might be able to do something with someone. But right now I want to focus on my instrumental things. What if you have time, do it again anytime. Yeah, I am gonna do another live stream again. I think I want to do this time and from now and then a little bit. How do you say that thing in English? I want to make live streams now and then. The next one is not going to be on the open one because that's not as intuitive as I want things to be. If I'm making music live, I'm going to use the machine next time. Is it possible to make a song only with Machine Mark II? Yes, it is. Of course it is. I'm making all my tracks, almost all my tracks on Machine Mark II. I don't use any DAW right now at all. Yeah, I do sometimes when I do a lot of scratching, but normally I just use the machine and I'm composing full songs on that one, so that's cool. Swedish favorite Swedish rappers. Favorite Swedish rapper, yeah. I think Param is a great rapper. I didn't like his latest album though, but the album before that was great. And he's absolutely one of the top Swedish rappers in my opinion. What do you think about Ableton Push? I haven't used Ableton Push much, and I don't like the Ableton Push Ableton Live's workflow. Right now, it feels like the live stream has no. It's still up. It's still up and running. I don't like Ableton Live, so I don't like Push. That's that. That's yeah. That's just my opinion on it. What's the hardest part while making a beat, in your opinion? The bass line is in my opinion, the hardest part. Svensktalande egentligen. Cool. The hardest part, yeah, I totally agree with you. I come from Sweden, yes I do. I live in Sweden, so yeah. I totally agree with you, man. Making bass lines or just fitting two samples together, or having having a sample beat and try to add a synth line or a bass line to it, that's hard. I think that's the hardest part, yeah. I've gotten better at it. I think this little thing right here. Oh, sorry, this one. That little thing I played right there, I think that's in key. I think that's the right one. So sometimes I just get lucky and I start off on a key and I try to find the scale, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah. Do I play in clubs? No, I'm not a DJ, so I don't. Should you buy an OP1 as a beginner? I've already answered that on my YouTube channel on the main thing on the Q&A. I don't think a beginner should buy OP1 because the OP1 is a pretty expensive device, and it's a pretty different workflow from anything else. So if you do this and you're getting used to the OP1, it's going to be hard to transfer to a DAW later on. So I think you should do it the other way around. Start with something free like GarageBand or stuff like that. Maybe something on an iPad. I think that's a better thing to start off on. Do I know basic music theory? What's basic? I don't know. I guess I know some basic music theory. Yeah, I think I've learned that over the years. But if you're asking me about chords and scales and stuff, I can't explain the theory of it all. I know how to work around it, and I know how to use my scales and how things sound together and how to build a chord, seventh chord and ninth chord and stuff. But I'm not musically trained that way. Play an instrument. Hell, I don't know. What's playing an instrument? That's the same thing again. Right there, I played an instrument. I did it badly and I didn't do it the right way, but it sounded like some kind of music. I can do the same thing on a guitar. I can just hit the normal chords. That's a clean one. Yeah. Piano, no. If you give me like 88 keys and let me write a song on it, yeah, I can do that. But I can't just sit there and play something like. Stuff like that, and no. But nowadays you don't need to be able to play an instrument to make music, and I think I know how to play more music than a lot of digital musicians, and I know some things. I know a thing or two about music, but yeah. Do you feel the need to buy a digital keyboard, or is the OP1 enough? Let's just take a look at this. This is the Arturia Minilab MK1. This is the Korg Micro. This is the Korg Micro Control. And down there we have another 49 key keyboard. So that's what I have when we're talking about keyboards. And I don't like keyboards that much. I don't like to use them a lot. But when I'm when I'm working inside of a machine and I need to find a bass line or stuff, I think it's easier sometimes to use a real set of keys than to just use the pads. I can also just connect the Open One through USB to the computer and use that as a very expensive MIDI keyboard. But I prefer to have some keys around me from time to time. You hadn't seen them? No. So that's. I'm glad you asked. So I got the text from my girlfriend. She said I really should mention Professor P, and I really should. When we're talking about my favorite Swedish rapper, I need to mention Professor P. Professor P and DJ Achilles has made a lot of great music, a lot of great Swedish hip hop music. I can't understand. I don't know how I forgot about him. When somebody asks me about a Swedish rapper, I think about a rapper who raps in Swedish. I guess that's why I said Param. But of course, Professor P and DJ Achilles should be mentioned. The OP1 has. How can I reach you? I'm just gonna accuratebcc@gmail.com. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, sorry, Boom Bap Art. I shouldn't forget Prop Dylan. I really shouldn't, because Prop Dylan is also marvelous, just great. Or follow him to the end of the desert. He has a lot of great stuff too. A lot of Swedish rappers are really great, actually, especially when you consider those who doesn't rap in Swedish. So yeah. How much was the Open One? I got mine used from a guy in Denmark who sold it from a site in Norway. So I got it super cheap a lot of years ago. So the Open One new, I think it's around $900 right now. So that's an expensive device, but I think it's worth it. So we are well over an hour now. I have 30 viewers left right now, and I think, okay, someone's mentioning Young Lean when we're talking about Swedish hip hop. No, I do not like Young Lean at all. That's not my type of music at all. I don't think he should be mentioned anywhere. And some tip about another Swedish rapper. So I guess that's about it for this one. I've gotten a lot of questions, and I think I've answered a lot of them. So, how long do you make beats? How long have I made beats? I've made beats for a lot of years. I think I started making beats at all 1997 or 98, somewhere around there, somewhere around that. So this was great. Yeah, this was great for me too. I'm sorry I'm sorry I don't do this more frequently, but that's just the way it is. So I'm signing off right now. Big up and salute back to Italy. My sister actually lives in Italy, so that's nice. Big up Isak Bergström, I think. Luleå. Yeah, that's cool. So have a great evening and have a nice weekend. Because in Sweden it's Thursday right now, but everybody's off work Friday. So thanks for this, and I'm gonna keep the chat room live for more 1 or 2 more minutes, so you guys could say goodbye to each other, I guess, something like that. But yeah, I'm signing off right now. Thanks a lot for this one, and bye.